Good morning, Carolina. He's Will Kronsberg.
And she's Calista Pushman. Welcome back to Carolina Calendar, but our last show. Let me repeat, our last show, at least for now.
Yeah, I'll try to hold it together so that we can, stay here, keep you up to date on what's happening on the USC campus and around Columbia.
This week on the show, campus is about to shut down for the holidays, so now's your time to clown around or forever hold your peace.
And Will and I welcome on a special guest to talk all things SGTV and, of course, what you can expect next semester.
Finally, for our final show, we have to go out with a bang, so stay tuned for our best rants yet. Good morning, Calista.
Good morning, Will.
How are we feeling?
I'm so sad. We were in the, sending it off to our little, cutesy little intro we've had going on for the past 10 months, and I was like, man,
yeah,
it's really it. This is
really
it.
It really is. Weather's in the 40s, the semester's coming to an end, Carolina Calendar's wrapping up. It's been a time. It's been a semester.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of things.
Yeah, but in the midst of all of that, this show has really just been a bright spot, speaking for the both of us. It's just been a really bright spot in the semester for our careers as well, being here in SGTV and, watching the end of our terms on Exec. Wow, I am so sad. We need to get into the fun stuff.
I'm sad. Well, okay, I guess this is sort of a reflective moment, but also a fun thing. If you're watching this later, once we post it to YouTube, you scroll all the way back in the playlist, you'll notice that Calista and I are wearing more or less the same outfits that we wore for the first episode about 10 months ago.
Yeah, I had a bit of a wardrobe emergency I had a little gray skirt on, and I changed the shoes because I have no idea where my boots went. I looked everywhere. I was late to our show this morning trying to find everything and get everything to work. So an effort was made. I did the same makeup though. I don't know how I still had it might be expired lipstick, but it's here nonetheless.
We'll see if there's a reaction in 20, 30 minutes.
So we'll see.
In the meantime, final week of the semester, what's on the docket?
All right, we're starting off really strong. Of course, we're a little biased here because SGTV's film branch, 1080C, is hosting a screening of its latest short film, Clowning Around. So the event kicks off at 8 p.m. in Russell House Theater tonight. That's Russell 229. Where you can enjoy free popcorn and the 20-minute movie before hitting the books for finals. Now, we've been releasing trailers for the film. It looks fantastic. I mean, it's been described to me as the energy of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, which took me back to childhood fear. I don't know. It's just that uncomfortable, unsettling, but still
Clowns scare me
entertaining.
In general. So
let's
just end it there.
I had no idea.
It's one of those things where I don't cower away in fear, but just the concept is weird and therefore do not like.
Is it on the same lines of people who have a fear of mascots? Have you heard of that? No.
Okay, I guess it's not a fear so much as it's a disdain. I just don't like the concept. The white paint, the funny, bright colors. I prefer, for my comedy, I prefer just a stand-up comedian or comedy sketches like Carolina Tonight. Clowns, not it.
Well, maybe this film will change your mind.
Maybe it will. I guess we'll have to see.
We'll find out
8 p.m.
tonight.
Russell House. If you're looking for something a little bit more holiday-themed, A Christmas Carol will be performed at the Harbison Theater at Midlands Tech tomorrow. That's December 3rd. It'll be performed by the Columbia Children's Theater, and they have shows at 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. Admission only $15. What do you think of A Christmas Carol?
I have such mixed feelings about it because it's cool, it's a classic. But I distinctly remember being in elementary school and going to see they did an animated version of it or something.
Interesting.
I forget, but it was in theaters. And I was traumatized by the future ghost that was spooky and demonic, So I'd think that this would be maybe a little more lighthearted. It's real people at least.
It's children. I either had a really weird nightmare, or within the past 2 weeks, I saw a trailer for a new twist on it, that they're a movie that they're making. I don't know if it's real. I'll look it up later. But let's assume that it is. See how that goes. Also, When I was in elementary school, it was like a yearly tradition that the first graders performed. Was it the first graders? I'm thinking it was, but
You're asking
maybe that was
me.
something else.
I was not.
Maybe it was like a 5th grade thing. Either way, I do associate it with elementary school. So interesting.
Little connection there.
Interesting
Look
thing.
at that. Wow.
I'm like questioning my own thoughts.
So, we'll take a step away from that one, maybe talk about that one while we're sitting on the break. But until then, we're going to talk about something that's probably a little less traumatizing, maybe?
Hopefully. The first two were not.
The Snowball Festival Carnival. You can join the town of Lexington for, again, the Snowball Festival Carnival at the Ice House Amphitheater. It's also tomorrow from 1 to 6 p.m. It's going to feature painting, balloon artists, letters to Santa, rides, and a screening of the movie Elf. And no clowns present.
This sounds much more
no
my
evil
speed.
spirits.
More my speed.
No clowns.
I love the movie Elf.
It's
That's
such a classic. It's my favorite.
That's a modern classic.
Yeah.
It's perfect. That sounds like a really good event, especially to get you into the holiday spirit. I know we have like 3 weeks before Christmas really comes around, but those things starting to amp up as
Starting
everybody.
to snowball.
On that note, the 4th event, and we're going to jump ahead a little bit because it is our last show. On December 21st, Curiosity Coffee Bar is hosting their holiday market featuring local crafters, vendors, food, music by violinist Martina Williams, and more. That event will run from 5 to 8 p.m. in about 2.5 weeks.
Nothing beats holiday crafts. I mean, over Thanksgiving break, which we didn't talk too much about, I went to a craft show, but it just got me. I don't know what it is about craft shows in the holiday season, but it always hits just right because it's just fun seeing the things people have been working on all year round. And like, it's great for gifts because you're supporting local artists, local crafters and whatnot. And it's just, there's something so festive about it.
This beats when you sent me pictures from a Renaissance fair, so we'll go with that.
Ren fairs, I will take no slander. Absolutely no slander for Ren fairs. First clown slander, then Christmas Carol slander.
Whoa. Was I slandering Christmas Carol more than you were?
No.
No.
Okay, you know what?
Thank you.
You know what?
Give me some
This is
credit for
actually the
that.
reason why Carolina Calendar is coming to an end, is because we're just going to fight it out in the middle.
Don't believe what you see on TV, kids.
Don't believe it. Okay, well, coming up, Will and I welcome a special guest to take a peek at what you can expect from SGTV in 2023.
Welcome back. We are joined by a very special guest who shouldn't be all that unfamiliar for you SGTV super fans or anybody that watched last night's show or any Thursdays throughout the semester. It's Caroline Smith.
Hey! So not only is Caroline a snaz anchor and the mind behind the camera for this show, she is SGTV's next station manager.
Welcome, Caroline. So, how do you feel?
I feel awesome. I'm so excited to be able to, I mean, I could never hold a candle to what you guys do. But
Get out of here.
I have been trained
Please don't.
by the best. Yeah, I've already got this, signed the contract, and I'm here for the next year, guys. But I have truly been trained by the best, and I am so excited to follow in you guys' footsteps and start all of these new ideas and continue what we've been doing and just make SGTV awesome, keep it awesome.
Well, are there any ideas in particular that you're really excited for people to see next semester?
Well, I am in the midst of interviewing our executive team for next year, which has been literally the highlight of my last night and this morning, and it will continue for the rest of the weekend, and it will be really, really fun. And I've been able to talk to all of them so far about the ideas that they have. And we are an organization of some of the most creative people I've ever been able to be exposed to, and it's amazing. So being able to continue collaboration across our entire organization is going to be super important to me, and collaboration between our organization and the others in Garnet Media Group, because Garnet Media is an incredible creative organization. I'm so excited to be able to work with everybody else.
Yay.
And work with, gonna shout out Sydney Dunlap, the new editor-in-chief of the Daily
Yes,
Gamecock,
Sydney.
who is gonna be an incredible human for me to be able to meet and perhaps even like create content with multimedia content. That'll be super, super fun. Working with our engagement branch is also something I want to keep hyping up because they've done some incredible work this semester. All of you viewers, make sure you go follow us on everything because our marketing team has been incredible this semester and keeping production and content right right where it is and moving it forward, maybe even getting more of it.
Yay!
I love that.
The more you talk, the more I'm like, yeah, that's our station manager.
Well, I learned from you.
Oh, get out of here.
Or
I will
don't.
say our last full staff meeting was like so emotional.
It was heartbreaking.
I sobbed. It was
You did.
fine. But it's all, it's a happy ending for sure.
We just
Yeah.
unplanned bought flowers for each other.
Right?
I sent Calista a picture this morning. I don't know if she actually looked too deeply into it, but I have the flowers split into two Coke bottles, because there were 7 flowers and I didn't have any vases, and then I got lazy when I went home for Thanksgiving, so it kind of snowballed into they're just sitting on a table, but they look good. They look nice.
That's quite adorable.
I didn't
Mine
have a
are-
vase either. My flowers are in a Yeti cup right now.
Mine are in a
love that.
little mason jar, and they look so lovely.
Okay, you're the
Cute.
most prepared out of
That's
all
cute.
of us.
I happen to really like flowers. So does my cat. He has attacked them multiple times. He's okay though. The flowers are also okay. I mean, they're beautiful, but they're okay. Like they're safe.
We're gonna have a contest on whose flowers live the longest.
Oh boy.
The other thing we have to
I
note.
think his is gonna win with the Coke bottles.
I don't know.
The Coke bottle.
The other thing we have to note, and maybe we'll throw in a picture of this later, but Calista and I got some monster energies were bequeathed to us at the last meeting, and we made good use of them. Sorry to my mom, because I know that she'll watch this, and
Hi, Will's mom.
Hi, Will's mom.
we've had a lot of conversations. We've had a lot of conversations about how energy drinks maybe not the best thing. We've had those
I'm
conversations
wearing
on the
energy
show.
drink earrings.
Oh my gosh,
We love it.
they're Red Bull and Monster earrings, y'all.
But it's been a stressful week. Obviously, we're getting towards the end of the semester, getting into finals. A lot has been happening with SGTV, with the Daily Gamecock, with classes. So I've made good use of those Monster Energies, and I finished the 4-pack off yesterday.
we gave them
much
to you
appreciated.
to drink.
Yeah.
You
Well,
drank them so fast.
I'm gonna frame the box.
As you should. Put it in like a shadow
we
box.
still need to figure out what we're gonna do with all the cans in the office. I don't know if have we talked about it on here yet? How we have
think
the
maybe
cans
the
we
hitting
monster
the
wall
wall
in the office. There's got to be
It feels like a
35
frat house,
of
but
them.
it's like it's so fun.
It's a little concerning.
just a little bit.
Just a little
Just a
bit.
little bit. I
Just
mean,
a little
no
bit.
one talks with the other side of the wall. You hammer with questions, people, and you're.
Listen.
think Alex is behind the camera
He
right
is.
now.
My hammered producer
you and
is
your
behind the
Mountain
camera.
Dew energy. Who drinks Mountain Dew energy?
What can I say? I'm a coffee person through and through. Coffee and tea. I haven't yet gotten to breaking into
But now that you're
the-
station manager,
It's probably
it
gonna
might
happen,
just
guys.
happen. So it's
We're
gonna
not
tip for that.
endorsing any particular behavior, and also I want to get things back on track. So let me ask you a question about SGTV.
Please.
What do you feel like this semester, like of all the things you've done with SGTV, what are you really excited to pull that experience into station manager?
I am so excited to learn about the things that I don't know about yet. I've spent the last semester working as our training director, and I knew I wanted to be working in training because they say that the best way to learn something is to teach it to others. So I knew that if I was put in the position of training all of our staff, I would become better versed in all of the more technical aspects of what SGTV does, and that's true, and it worked. Actually, it was Will who convinced me to run for training. I remember talking to you about the exec application at a Hammered with Questions episode back in May, and
Miss Hammered with
he said, you should run for training director, and I was like, okay. So here we are, a semester later, that semester under my belt, working in training. And I would love to continue learning about the aspects of SGTV that I don't know as much about, and hiring the right people to work in our staff is going to be the way that I'm going to learn that, and working really closely with the team that I have the opportunity to put together. And I would really like to learn more about our creative side. I think there's a lot of potential there, and I know that everyone who works in our positions and who will continue to be able to work in our positions is super passionate about what they do. And I really want to build on that passion. It's a beautiful aspect of our organization. We're so creative, we're so talented, we're so passionate, and to be able to really foster that with our people is going to be awesome.
That's so exciting. One of the things I love about SGTV and why I'm emotional at the thought of even just stepping back is that there's so many good things happening in SGTV all the time. And I mean, not only do we have, regular newscasts like SNAS or Monday Night Mashup and sports and entertainment program and whatever box you want to put this into. I really don't know if you can categorize this. but we have live comedy shows. We have short films like Clowning Around that are going to be really good. We have a really rapidly growing social media team. We have our tech staff that doesn't get nearly enough hype, but they're the ones that make this show happen.
Shout out to you guys.
Shout out to those back there.
We just have so many amazing people in SGTV, people that support us, like the director and assistant director of student media, friends throughout Garnet Media Group. There's so many good sources of energy that make this such a special experience.
Absolutely, absolutely. Everyone who works here and works with us and other orgs and our pro staff are hugely valuable to us. And we've had the wonderful opportunity to work with an enormous training class this semester. And we've spent a semester getting them comfortable in their roles, building up the individual branches. And next semester, we're going to have a bigger team to pull from in all the branches, which is so exciting. We've got 15 or 20 people in every single branch that we have, and it's incredible to be able to see, now they're in their positions, they've got a semester under their belt, they know what they're doing now, what can they accomplish? It's going to be so exciting.
I love it. It's crazy because I remember first meeting you and first training you.
Yeah,
and
you were my training director.
It's very surreal seeing how far you've come and you've earned every bit of it and more. So I'm very excited.
My goal here is to make y'all proud.
Oh, you already done that.
If
that's your only goal, with
Far
us and
surpassed
whatnot.
that
We're very proud parents today.
Absolutely.
My proud parents, guys. Our group chat is called retirement planning.
I'm really proud of that one.
That was good.
I feel like most people's retirement is probably a little bit easier and less stressful than whatever we have coming down the pipe, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, after the break, our final weekend weather report before you report home. Stay close.
Welcome back. We're going to take a look at today's weather as well as the rest of the week. So this morning we're going to start off temperatures in the low to mid 50s, a little bit chilly. I got my turtleneck on, but rolling into the afternoon, it's going to go up a little bit and we'll settle back down for a calm evening. Now moving into the weather for the week. For this weekend, we're seeing some cloudy weather for the most part, but we're gonna hit the 70s, which I'm sure is weather that's unheard of right now back home in Philly for me. But going into finals week, which crazy, hope y'all are studying and doing, some self-care, take care of yourself. Monday, we're gonna stay in the 60s, we're gonna move up, but some rain's gonna roll in, so might wanna, again, stay in and study. And moving on to Wednesday, it's going to be cloudy but dry at 76, and the same thing on Thursday. I'm going to throw it back to Will in just a couple seconds, but I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you guys for enjoying this new weather segment. It's been very fun. I'm really enjoying just doing my thing at the wall, and now I'm going to go back to the desk.
Calista should be here by now. She needs to speed up. But I guess this is my opportunity to throw out my spiciest, most off-the-wall monologue yet. Oh, I didn't see you there. Then I guess I'll just talk about football. South Carolina has a great football team. 2 weeks ago, last time we did this show,
so many things to say for me this week on sports.
I wrote a teaser that started with something like, for some reason, our 6-4 football team is in the spotlight this week.
Yep.
They were playing University of Tennessee. It was the SEC Nation Game of the Week. ESPN's top broadcast crew was here. And I was like, this doesn't make sense. We're 6-4. They were, I think, 9-1 at the time.
We won.
We won. Not only did we win, we dominated them.
Yeah, we did. I was there. It was unreal.
We did not trail, except for maybe the first minute of the game before we scored that. We scored on the first possession, didn't trail the rest of the game. Great game. And then, as if that wasn't enough, the next week, right after Thanksgiving, talk about what I was thankful for, team traveled to, that school to our northwest.
The school that shall not be named.
Purple and orange one.
Ugly
what
colors,
did they do?
by the way. Ugly colors.
Well, nobody looks good in orange.
Nobody looks good in that gaudy orange.
And they won again. The first time since 2013. Little 11-year-old me was tearing up.
I can picture the moment. I can picture the moment.
I started watching Gamecock football in 2010. They went 9-5 in 2010. It was the second year in a row that they had beaten Clemson. And then 2011, 2012, and 2013. They beat Clemson those 3 years as well, went 11-2 every year, were consistently ranked in the top 5 teams in the nation.
Wow.
5 Clemson wins in a row, and then they didn't win after that in 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, or 21.
Confirmed, journalists can count.
The teams did not play in 2020. I can count because of COVID. But yeah, it had been a long time coming. It was nice to see Dabo Swinney just look confused, and like he didn't even entertain the thought that he could lose that game. So he was just so befuddled when it ended, and the game was at Clemson. And after every Clemson game, the students like stormed the field because every win is special to them, I guess. But they couldn't. They just had to leave.
Well, I still
It was
don't-
beautiful.
Have they posted the score graphic yet?
I don't think so.
And that's the sign of a sore loser. Like, just insane. I mean, I was over my boyfriend's parents' house screaming at the TV, so definitely a great impression to make on your partner's parents. But I gotta say the best part, well, not one of the best parts, because of course the best part was winning, guys, was whoever the camera guy was that was responsible for getting shots of people in the audience deserves all of the money, all of the raise in the world, because these Clemson fans that were featured
A lot
on
of,
television,
surrender
a lot of,
cobras.
oh yeah,
A lot of like very long faces.
yeah.
Confusion.
A girl was crying, and I think it was not even halftime. She was just done.
Clemson was
Distressed.
leading at halftime.
She looked stressed. They show the right people.
They do a good job.
Granted, I also was like
Journalism,
Twitter stalking everything. It was just so
course.
funny. All the memes,
of course.
the goods.
It was amazing, and I have to throw in a special mention because at the same time I was watching that game, every now and then I'd switch back and forth to Michigan, Ohio State. Michigan beat Ohio State. They basically, knock on wood, have a ticket to the playoff already punched. I think it's going to be great. Some of my family's from Michigan. We're low
We have
key.
some ties.
We're just low key Wolverine fans. We don't make it our whole personality, but it's just in the back of our
it's a
mind.
part of it.
We go for the maize and blue, of course. So I was excited about that as well because, boo Ohio State. I mean, who emphasizes the article in the university's name? The Ohio
State.
I heard that we might start going by the University of South Carolina.
Another
And
rebrand.
and that's real. So anyway, what else?
It's fine. Well, I think that's a throw to my rant, which I had something up here, but I'm just really wanted to take a minute. I know I hung out at the weather wall for a little longer than I should have, but
for
just
normal
for funsies,
reasons.
just for funsies. But I just really wanted to take my rant time to do a little happy thank you to you for being literally the best, my bestest friend.
This wasn't in the script, guys.
It wasn't. My bestest friend, the best right-hand man I could have asked for some more Calista and Will lore. I mean, we came in at the same time for SGTV, but we just kind of ran parallel paths. The whole beginning of our career here. I feel like I was just kind of like, we're like fly on the walls for each other's experiences.
Say, the first story that each of us did for SGTV was just getting like phone footage of a protest on the Horseshoe. We were both there.
We were both there.
We did not communicate
at all. Like, I saw him there and I was like, what is this guy doing here? And I was like, I was genuinely so salty.
It was quite an interesting experience.
It was funny, but from there.
We did some other content. We did like with our former SGTV colleague and friend Marissa Duray, we did a story about like the mental health wellness days the university was doing in 2021. We did that story. We did a couple other things. The color guard package.
Yeah, we really, like, our career was just kind of like, after running parallel for so long, it was once we joined Exec that we really started to cross paths. And I don't know, I needed to rant about how thankful I am for having you by my side for my whole term. I will not cry because I don't know.
Because of the makeup.
Because of the makeup, of course. My potentially expired makeup. There's just a lot that goes on behind the scenes that not a lot of people actually get to see. Even within the organization, there's just, a lot of stressed phone calls and texts and things that just go on that I'm excited for, our future station manager to experience and the future leaders that come on after her.
Yeah.
But this is just a really special thing that I will forever hold near and dear to my heart.
I love that. As I
yeah.
said when Caroline was on, SGTV means so much for so many people, I hope. It means so much to me. I remember how excited I was when I first got on campus, when I first came to this university. I knew I wanted to join SGTV. I knew I wanted to do broadcast journalism, and it was like this far out sort of idea that I could move up in SGTV and do something powerful. I remember how I thought of the exec team when we first joined, and now to be I guess sort of one of the faces or somebody that people associate with SGTV a lot, especially for our new training class, means so much to me. And the amount of shows that I've been to, I was doing a rough calculation last night, is almost incomprehensible because of all the work that I did the past few semesters with Finn Carlin, with you, Kendall Smith, our former station manager, Zane Heinlein, our current News 4 director. So all the programming that we've gotten to look over has been amazing. And I love seeing people grow into being great broadcast journalists and great content creators in comedy, in film, in social media. It's all amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna cry. We're not gonna cry.
We're gonna send it so that we don't
We're
cry.
not gonna cry, even though I'm looking at the prompter and I don't want to say what comes next.
But we have to make it. We have to close it up.
With that,
okay.
We wrap up Carolina Calendar for today, December 2nd, 2022, and for this semester.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SGTV at USC.
To keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtvonline.com. For SGTV News 4, I have been Will Kronsberg.
And I'm still Calista Pushman. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great weekend, Carolina, forever to thee.